e re le mo go yona le ntse le itšhebela yona every day e ya seponisa se tswileng tseleng ya maphodisa a tswileng tseleng.
Don't compare South Africa with Zimbabwe. South Africa is a constitutional country. They have their freedom through constitution. Unlike Zimbabwe, it's a military state.
Thanks for tuning in once again, PBS TV Uganda. If it's your first time, don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and comment for more stories. I'm Brian Pasco Sechito, PBS TV News. In our top story today, the President of South Africa, President Ramaphosa, says that Madlang Commission is never a joke, whereby he gave an example that right now, government officials in South Africa are under hiding, whereby he says that most of them are shaking and hiding under hospital toilets. Let us see more.
Lintse chebela yona every day. E ya seponisa se tswileng tseleng. Ya maphodisa a tswileng tseleng. A etsang dintho se illegal. Bo re bonang gore maponisa a ke bue ka maponisa a emeng mo. Ke bua ka ba bang ba senyang. Ba ya ko Madlanga. Baya ko Madlanga and Madlanga jaanong ha tshameki. Ha o ya ko Madlanga a o sa tsebe ditaba tsa gago o tlo kwallwa. Ba tshwarwa ba kwallwa je ka kholene na bua ba thatazela yaanong. Ba tshaba le go ya ba ya sepetlele ba sa fele. Ke a bona la le ba le ko sepetlele ba dula ba le toilet. Ba etsa dintho tseo tsa go toilet ka bana ba tshogile. Ka bana Madlanga yaanong o ntse a ba botsa dipotso tse botlhokwa. So le ntho e tswileng tseleng ya seponisa e tlo fela. Re dutse mo hodima yona. So mathata a mantsi a re na le ngona mo nageng e ya rona re ntse re a lokisa. Khale go na le mathata a state capture. Re a feditse le ona.
Thanks for that story. But as we are talking right now, in Zimbabwe, people are rejecting the extension of President Mnangagwa's term in power until 2030. Let us see more.
President Mnangagwa, I am embarrassed as an African child. And I want you to know that it is a shame for you to really want to insist in staying in power, because power you need to be given by the very same people. And I'm here to send one statement: get your boots off your people's necks. Because if people cannot be allowed just to express themselves, because we know that today's march, they were not going to force you out of the office. They were just expressing to let you know their discomfort. Africa as a whole is yearning for people who are life changers. And that's exactly what you are denying them. And people are beating like small children just to express their dissatisfaction. Who are you leading when you want to be the one? Because this is just, it's bullying, but it's also hate. And what is painful for me is that I, as a South African, we faced an issue like this when our people didn't have a freedom of doing anything. But you know what? They were not asking it from a black president. They were asking it from a white president. For you to be a black president and you are treating your black people who have made it to be in power in that way, it is a shame. And I do want to say it's embarrassing. I am saying this with disgust as well.
We are saying no to this persecution that is happening in Zimbabwe, and we are saying it cannot happen under our watch. So we can't allow this to happen. South African politicians have been held accountable. It can't be that Zimbabwean politician can't be held accountable. So if Ramaphosa can be held accountable by South Africans, who is Mnangagwa who can't be held accountable? We are having Zimbabweans all over the world because their government is failing to cater for them, while Zimbabwe has all the resources to make sure that it feeds its own people. But those resources are then now utilized only to benefit only few individuals. It can't be possible and happen under our watch. We are saying as ICAL movement, we are issuing strong message to Mnangagwa and this government to say, we are now we have consulted with our lawyers, we are taking government of Mnangagwa into ICC, International Criminal Court. We have already started, and whatever that happened today is just going to emphasize and beef our case against the government of Mnangagwa to say, whatever if it happened that they persecute people, they kill people, they imprison people, it's going to be increase in our case that we have against them.
Every time I try to trace back the root of Zimbabwe's problems, I always trace it down to one key issue, which is our problems as a country started when the government started to suppress citizens' voices. When citizens can no longer speak about things without fear, it means the government starts governing with incomplete information.
He is our employee. We are the employers of ED Emmerson Mnangagwa. Let me say Mafidi from Zambia. And I'm not going to be feared because I'm the descendant of the forefathers who fight for Zimbabwe. They were nowhere to be found. Our ancestors, our forefathers, our grandfathers, they are nowhere to be found because of the regime that was being in Zimbabwe. But now we are chased out.
Back to Uganda, the President of Uganda, His Excellency Cyril Museveni, blamed Ugandan parents for gaining wealth through their children. In his comment, he says that Ugandan parents request for many cows whereby this exploit or damage the population. Let us see more.
The parents, why are you selling your children? Why? What is the problem? 16 cows, I don't know how many cows. This is... Why do you have to get wealth through children? Why can't you work for wealth yourself?
President Museveni has also talked about different ways of embracing lack of pasture in Western region.
You are now crying that this is a dry season. This dry season is good. It is God's plan. So therefore, the challenge is to get animal feeds during the dry season. That's why in Europe, where they have winter for half of the year, they grow the pasture during when there is no winter. They harvest the pasture, keep it, and feed the cows in winter. That's what we need to do here. So I want us to address that issue of growing pasture. I had also told you about the issue of subdividing land and property when the head of the family dies. These are the two problems you have remaining with. Now, finally, as you can see, we need to introduce irrigation.
Still in Uganda, the CDF, General Moses Kainerugaba, unveiled the monument of Jonathan Netanyahu, who was a military fighter in Israel army. He was killed on 4th July 1976 in a rescue mission at Entebbe Airport. On unveiling this monument, this has been a one step forward of maintaining relationship or relation between Uganda and Israel. That's Simo.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to opening the monument of Yoni Netanyahu. General, when you wrote the first time that you're going to send your UPDF, your soldiers, to support Israel in their dark time, it's remind me the story of the Israelites and Canaanites that was supporting each other. I will invite Madame to give few quotes from the Bible. This monument is not just a stone. It's a story of the two nations fighting the evil for the future of our next generation. General, I want to say thank you very much for some of our colleagues that really work since when you press the button and you say we want to put it here as to memorize the event. So we have Lee and Emmanuel worked day and night in Israel to find the artists and to make sure this monument will be ready. We have our cargo department that sent the aircraft to Israel to pick it. We have the special lady, Amy, that from the beginning we say we put it here. She's the one construct and make the place look beauty, and so we can enjoy the view of the monument. I cannot close, General, I cannot close this speech without quote our President, His Excellency General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, who summarized our relationship between our two countries in the most perfect way. He said, throughout this sacrifice, they turn Assad situation into another episode of bonding between the Holy Land and the Pearl of Africa.
As we unveil this monument to Lieutenant Colonel Jonathan Yoni Netanyahu, the courageous commander of the Israeli Rescue Force, whose leadership and ultimate sacrifice during the Entebbe raid of 4th July 1976 has become an enduring symbol of courage, duty, and selfless service. Today, this memorial stands not only in remembrance of a distinguished soldier, but also as a tribute to the enduring values he embodied: courage in the face of danger, unwavering commitment to protecting innocent lives, and steadfast devotion to duty. As we gather here, we also respectfully remember the innocent hostages who lost their lives during those tragic events. The friendship between Uganda and Israel extends well beyond the events of 1976.
Thanks for always following us on all our social media platforms, our dear viewers. But please don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and comment for more interesting stories. I'm Brian Pascal Segito, PBS TV Uganda. Stay tuned. We got you more.